ஆடாது வாசங்காது வா கண்ணாடாது அசங்காது வா கண்ணா உன் ஆடலிலே ஈரேழு புவனமும் அசைந்து அசைந்து ஆடுதே எனவே ஆடாது அசங்காது வா உன் ஆடலிலே ஈரேழு புவனமும் அசைந்து அசைந்து ஆடுதே எனவே ஆடாது அசங்காது வா உன் ஆடலை காண தில்லை அம்பலத்திரைவனும் உன் ஆடலை காண தில்லை அம்பலத்திரைவனும் தன் ஆடலை விட்டு இங்கே கோகுலம் வந்தான் தன் ஆடலை விட்டு இங்கே கோகுலம் வந்தான் உன் ஆடலை காண தில்லை அம்பலத்திரைவனும் தன் ஆடலை விட்டு இங்கே கோகுலம் வந்தான் ஆடாது அசங்காது வா கண்ணாடாது அசங்காது வா ஆதலினால் சிறு யாதவனே ஒரு மாமையில் இறையினி மாதவனே ஆதலினால் சிறு யாதவனே ஒரு மாமையில் இறையினி மாதவனே நீ ஆடாது அசங்காது வா சின்னஞ்சிறு பதங்கள் சிலம்பொலி தேடுமே சின்னஞ்சிறு பதங்கள் சிலம்பொலி தேடுமே அதை செவிமடுத்த பிறவி மனம் கழித்திடுமே அதை செவிமடுத்த பிறவி மனம் கழித்திடுமே பின்னிய சற்றை பின்னிய சடை சற்றே வகை கலைந்திடுமே பின்னிய சடை சற்றே வகை கலைந்திடுமே மயில் பீலி அசைந்து அசைந்து நிலை கலைந்திடுமே மயில் பீலி அசைந்து அசைந்து நிலை கலைந்திடுமே ஆடாது அசங்காது வா கண்ணாடாது அசங்காது வா பன்னிரு கை இறைவன் ஏறுமையில் ஒன்று தன் பன்னிரு கை இறைவன் ஏறுமையில் ஒன்று தன் பசுந்தோகை விரித்தாடி பரிசளித்திடுமே பசுந்தோகை விரித்தாடி பரிசளித்திடுமே பாடி வரும் அழகா உனை காண வரும் அடியார் எவரேயினும் பாடி வரும் அழகா உனை காண வரும் அடியார் எவரையினும் கனகமணி அசையும் உனது திருநடனம் கண்பட்டு போனால் மனம் புண்பட்டு போகுமே ஆடாது அசங்காது வா கனகமணி அசையும் உனது திருநடனம் கண்பட்டு போனால் மனம் புண்பட்டு போகும் ஆடாது அசங்காது வா கண்ணாடாது அசங்காது வா உன்னாடலிலே ஈரேழு புவனமும் அசைந்து அசைந்து ஆடுதே எனவே ஆடாது அசங்காது வா கண்ணா 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 ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very beautiful one Mataji. Translation Mataji.
I will read Mataji now.
Yeah.
Translation. Oh Kanna, please come without dancing or jerky movements, since when you dance, the entire galaxy of 14 worlds oscillate in unison with your dance. In order to watch your dance, the Lord of Thillai Nataraja of Chidambaram abandoned his dance and came to Gokulam. Hence, you Madhava, who wears a peacock feather, please stop your dancing. Your little feet make the jingling sound of the anklets in them. Those who hear such sound get immense pleasure.
The braided hair goes out of alignment. The peacock feathers that appears around. The peacock reaches of the 1,200 Lord. But its footage and dances take time. You handsome cannot maybe on the view how to come to see what to dance. If ever they cast an evil eye on you, I would be
இது கட் ஆயிடுது. கனெக்ஷன் கட் ஆயிடுது.
terribly offended.
இப்பதான் வந்திருக்கு. அது மியூட் ஆயிடுது.
Prabhuji, you're on unmute, Prabhuji.
இது அன்மியூட் பண்ணு.
Mataji, it is echoing because both of them are on unmute. Same place, no? That is why it is echoing and not clear.
Yeah. Correct.
I think Muthumanikam Prabhuji can mute and Mataji can unmute and say.
Valli Mataji, you'll have to unmute
Hare.
Mataji. Hare Krishna, Valli Mataji, you're on mute, Mataji. Valli Mataji, can you hear us? Hare Krishna. Muthumanikam Prabhuji, can you hear us? You're also on mute, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Muthumanikam Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, Valli Mataji is on mute. Can't hear anything.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah, would you like to finish the translation is over, Mataji, or some more thing?
Over.
Okay, Mataji, thank you. Mataji, you have to change your location, Mataji. Your voice is echoing, not at all clear, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. I will change my location.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. So, Muthumanikam Prabhuji, would you like to sing Mangalacharan, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Anjanati Nirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya. Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. स्वयं रूपकथामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्दे अहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णापादान् श्रीगण सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां च नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणी नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गुरुवे गौरद्वेष नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांद राधा कांद नमस्तुते सप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधा वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhammat pranams, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please bear with my throat. My voice is not, I'm still recovering. I'm still not completely okay. So, my voice is not so good. Okay. So, We are currently in chapter 7, right? What's the name of chapter 7?
Unit in 2 words.
Yeah, in 2 words, Haribol. So we finished till page 304, right? In the previous
Right,
class.
right, right.
We have to resume from 305. So, would someone like to do a quick recap? Just the important points.
Mataji, may I recap?
Yes, Prabhuji, Haribol, yeah.
Mataji, there are 5 points narrated in the book. First point is Prabhupada met Ambrisha, that is Ford Company chairman grandson. And then they met with William Mother daughter. William Mother daughter, Elizabeth Reader. And then they went for finding the Tetrite Sri Krishna temple place. And that photo showed auto industry giant Lawrence Fisher. And they visited the owner and they visited the place. And they made an agreement with owner for a total 4 acre building, including building and other things, for 3,50,000. And Elizabeth Reader agreed to give 1,25,000 and balance amount paid by Amrisha. And then purchase done completely, and the past lease, past temple shifted to this place. And Elizabeth Reader name is Lega Sravanti Dasi Didi.
Haribol. Yeah, Leka
They,
Savanti Devidasi. Yeah, Haribol.
Devadasi. Then Prabhupada planned to went to Montreal, Toronto. Then during that time they stayed at Montreal. That time call came from they just telegrammed, and Indira Gandhi want to meet. Then Harikesha arranged the trip for a Prabhupada trip. Initially they will Prabhupada flight from Montreal to Paris, from Paris to Delhi. Then Prabhupada made plan accordingly and fly accordingly. And in between time, the devotees from Montreal came and met him. Then Prabhupada went to New Delhi, met Indira Gandhi, and 10 agenda given by Srila Prabhupada to Indira Gandhi. 500 devotees permanent visa to be provided by Prime Minister. Then slaughterhouse should be shut down, and no meat eating and outside, meat eating in their home itself. And this prostitution punishable, and all initiated Brahmanas, Sanjaya the king, and the government officials must join Kirtan at least twice a day, support Krishna consciousness all over the world. And Indira Gandhi, before meeting Indira Gandhi, the assassination happened in Bangladesh, the big leader assassination, and Indira Gandhi was distracted, and Prabhupada felt that, and leaders should, Prime Minister should come and make the Krishna conscious, take the leadership for Krishna conscious, like that. And then after meeting Mrs. Gandhi, then Prabhupada agreed, and they are good boys, so that please give arranging permanent visa. And the visa complications of 6 months. They want to go their native country and then come back to India, and because lot of work disrupted here, so that Prabhupada told. Then during that time, the good news come from Los Angeles, and Prabhupada simply thought that the world evaluation of the press, PPT press, how the evaluation came in the modernized press, and from the AB Dick hand operated press to machine to modern machine. And Prabhupada think in the world fashion like that. And the all the volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita completed like that. News came, and the fifth volume of Srimad Bhagavatam, they are put into the machine. And Prabhupada wrote to Rameswara. These are all happened. Balarama, mercy of Lord Balarama and Nityananda. Then Prabhupada traveled to Vrindavana, and before reaching Vrindavana, the dispatch of 15 volumes came, and they opened on the Srila Prabhupada birthday, August 31st. Then the distribution of books and other things to be done good way, and letter written to Rameswara. Then they came to Vrindavana and made a cornerstone for 500 students, Kurukula building. And then Prabhupada constant travel, and Prabhupada thought went to, because we no need to travel much, and stayed with Vrindavana and writing books. In between that time, Pushta Krishna Dasa from South Africa, temple president, called Srila Prabhupada to visit there, visiting devotee. And that time Prabhupada agreed, and gone during the short tenure, 10 festival arranged at South Africa, and visited Durban and Johannesburg 3 weeks. Then Prabhupada agreed to visit Mauritius, the another African country. In Mauritius, Prabhupada met Prime Minister of Mauritius. Mauritius Prime Minister welcomed and given his chauffeur, that car name is Model, and given to Prabhupada to roam around Mauritius. And they went around Mauritius, and during that time, this Citroen model car also came along, accompanied with him, and Prabhupada sat in the left side behind the Pushta Krishna Dasa, Krishna Swami. Then Brahmananda Swami sit the backside of the driver, and the vehicle is moving. During that time, Citroen car came and made one curvature came, and that time Citroen car going in front of their vehicle, suffered vehicle, and in the opposite side, Volkswagen vehicle came and dashed their vehicle, and some injury happened. Prabhupada and Brahmananda and Pushta Swami. So they came on the outside, and driver also got injured. And Prabhupada, they took Prabhupada and put the Saturn vehicle and come back to the Mauritius temple. That way we concluded, Mataji.
Hari Bol, Prabhuji, so beautifully summarized. You've literally narrated the scene in front of our eyes. So It was like I could visualize as you were narrating, Prabhuji. It was so nice. Hari bol to you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So we'll begin our class. Muthumanikam Prabhuji will be able to share screen today. Hare Krishna, Muthumanikam Prabhuji.
Please
You're
make
sharing
me
screen.
co-host.
Oh yeah, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, just check now, Prabhuji, if you're able to do that.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, you can share your screen. So we will continue from page number 305. Meanwhile, whoever is interested, raise your hands. Okay, I can see Valli Mataji raising hand. So probably Valli Mataji can start first, followed by Ekampar Prabhuji, and then Lakshmi Mataji, then Pushpa Mataji, then Krishnadas Prabhuji, and finally Muthumanikam Prabhuji we can read. So like that we will make. So I'm telling the order also so that it's clear.
Malli Mataji, start.
Yeah, Valli Mataji, you can start. We are on
Get
page
some resin,
300.
get some resin and turmeric.
We are on 305, right, Prabhuji? Yeah, correct.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Haribol. Valli Mataji, your voice is not audible, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Unmute பண்ணு.
நீங்க அன்மியூட் மியூட் போட்டுருங்க. ஹலோ
Yes, Mataji, you are
சாரி,
audible.
ஹரிபோல். Hare Krishna. Get some resin and turmeric. Prabhupada said, mix it together with a bit of a lie and heat it. Prabhupada was again speaking Bhagavata philosophy and practical medical remedies. It remained a frightening event. However, Prabhupada asked the devotees to have Kirtana. Krishna had saved them. He said, considering that both cars had been destroyed, the injuries are negligible. Prabhupada sat like a battle hero, anointed in three places with the yellow poultice, while Harikesa read aloud from Chaitanya Charitra and disappearance.
Charitamrita Mati. Charitamrita Mataji. Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Charitamrita. The disappearance. Prabhuji, please scroll down the screen. Scroll down. The disappearance of Haridasa Thakura. Then Srila Prabhupada began talking about the dangers of traveling, questioning the advisability of his extensive touring. His mission of translating Srimad Bhagavatam and other Vaishnava literature was too important for him to be risking his life traveling in automobiles. He had been considering a visit to Nairobi before returning to Bombay, but now he said he would cancel his visit. He said he had never wanted to leave Bombay, but because they had made so many arrangements in Africa, he had come. Perhaps the accident was a sign that go back to India. He should go back to India. The next morning, the Brahmananda Swami and Pushta Krishna Swami hobbling along, Prabhupada went on his morning walk as usual, although he favored his injured knee. Again, he discussed with his disciples whether he should go on to Nairobi or return to India. Sayavana, the president of ISKCON Nairobi, argued that Prabhupada should go to Nairobi. The devotees were expecting it. He said, and they had made arrangements. If Prabhupada cancelled now, he would probably not come back for a long time. Others, however, argued that there was no question of asking Srila Prabhupada to keep going now. After this dramatic accident, he should go directly to Bombay. Prabhupada heard both opinions, but he was more affected by the consideration of disappointing the devotees in Nairobi than of recuperating after the accident. He decided to go to Nairobi. But after only a few days in Nairobi, Prabhupada became anxious.
Prabhuji, your screen went. Yeah. Now coming, Prabhuji. Yeah.
To return to India. Reports were reaching him about mismanagement in Bombay and about building materials being stolen from the property through a conspiracy involving the workers, the storekeeper, and the chowkidars. When Srila Prabhupada heard this, he became so moved he stopped translating. He even stopped eating. Although thousands of miles from Bombay, he was feeling the pain more than any one of the devotees there. Many of them, in fact, were not even aware that he the theft was taking place. When Brahmananda Swami asked Prabhupada why he was not eating, he replied, "How can I eat when my money is being stolen?" Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Ekambar Prabhuji, you can read next, and then
Yes,
Lakshmi
yes, ma'am.
Mataji, you are next. Hare Krishna.
Bombay number first. Srila Prabhupada's plane from Nairobi arrived in Bombay at 1 a.m. Yet even at such an early hour, he was greeted at the temple by a gathering of intimate life members, disciples, and even some of the tenants on the land. When the group followed him to his room, he confided that he had a serious accident and he even showed them the scar on his knee. He said he was relieved to be back. In a letter from Bombay, he wrote, "The accident was very disastrous, but still Krishna saved. Perhaps I will stay here for some time for finishing our temple construction on this land." Srila Prabhupada immediately got over. He fired the engineer whom he held responsible for the poor, slow work, stolen building materials. At first, Prabhupada had tried to avoid hiring a construction company by having Surabhi oversee the whole project, beginning work to various assigning work to various subcontractors. But that wasn't working. Srila Prabhupada wanted a change, but there was no clear alternative. We have come to Krishna consciousness for a eternal bliss, he said to Surabhi. But instead of eternal bliss, I am suffering from eternal anxiety. He appealed to Surabhi, Girirajan, and the others to do something. One day, a life member, a construction engineer, visited the site and told Srila Prabhupada that the temple and hotel could easily be completed in 6 months. Prabhupada then berated Surabhi, who said that 6 months time was not enough. Now I am nowhere, thought Surabhi. I am losing my service. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams. Lakshmi Mataji, you can continue, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. 1 minute, Mata. Hare Krishna Mataji. I just had to clear my throat. Then another life member, Mr. Onkar Prakash Dhar, the chief engineer with ECC, one of the India's largest, most reputable construction companies, came to the Sunday feast and examined the work. Appalled at the poor quality, he said that after 2 or 3 years it would fall apart. Giriraja, impressed with the idea of hiring Bombay's biggest, most competent construction firm, spoke with Prabhupada, who was also interested. At first, Surabhi resented that the work was being taken out of his hands, but after meeting with Mr. Dev, he also liked the proposed change. The contract was made with ECC, and Mr. Dev presented a progress chart detailing each phase of the work and showing when it would be completed. Srila Prabhupada was pleased with the professional methods despite the higher cost. Now the work would be done as professionally and as quickly as possible, and this was what mattered most. Prabhupada stayed for the greater part of November, and the construction progressed quickly. There was no question of cutting corners to save a little money. Prabhupada explained to Surabhi. The temple had to be a beautiful jewel so that people from all over India would want to come and stay. During the Vrindavana construction, Prabhupada had emphasized, why so much? Why not just simple? But now he was stressing, why not more? The temple should be opulent and ornate, with marble everywhere. The hotel should be finest, with beautifully furnished rooms and an elegant restaurant. And the air-conditioned theater building should be one of the best in Bombay. Why not marble on the floors? Asked Prabhupada, speaking of the hotel rooms. It's going to be very expensive, said Surabhi. Don't worry about the money, Prabhupada said. Can we put marble on the floor? Then do it. Surabhi did it, but tried to save money by putting a cheaper stone in the hotel hallway. When Prabhupada saw it, he was displeased. It should have been all marble, he said. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. And with pranams.
Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranams. Pushpa Mataji, you can read next Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. Mataji, there will be some disturbance from my side.
No problem, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Funds for the Bombay construction came primarily from the sale of books in America, and Srila Prabhupada was regularly receiving reports. On November 18, Rameshwara sent a telegram with some of the good news. 1 million copies of BTG just printed. Devotees gone wild. Promised to distribute all within 1 month. Spanish Gita just off the press, bringing hundreds of millions to your lotus feet, all possibly by your mercy only. One a temple president from ISKCON Denver wrote asking about starting a jewelry business. Srila Prabhupada wrote back disapproving. Why they doing business? This create a bad atmosphere. We shall do only one business, and that is book selling. That's all. As soon as you become karmis after business, then spiritual life become damaged. This business should not be encouraged anymore. Doing business and not sankirtana, that is not at all good. Sankirtana is very good, but grihasthas under condition can do other businesses only if they give it at least 50%. But sankirtana is the best business. Prabhupada envisioned that book distribution could only finance Bombay construction but could also support his even more ambitious plans for Mayapur. He approved a plan where, whereby all the various BBTs would contribute a minimum of 10% of their yearly income towards the construction of ISKCON's international projects in India, especially the planned Mayapur city, with its towering temples of understanding. Such cooperation among VVTs in the different countries would help keep the growing Krishna consciousness movement unified. Book distribution was good business, but and it was the best teaching. It was Prabhupada's formula. American money combined with the India's spiritual culture, and he encouraged Rameshwara to motivate the Sankirtana in the USA in accordance with this principle. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranams.
Dhanavad pranam.
Hare Krishna Krishna Das Prabhuji. Would you like to read next Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. All glories to Prabhupada. America has the money, so this is cooperation between the blind men and lame men. It will make good relation between India and America. The next chance I have for meeting with Indira Gandhi, I shall inform her about how much foreign exchange we are sending. After receiving your encouraging assurance that as book distribution increases, the amount PBT sends will also increase. We are now going to attempt a Kurukshetra project and the Jagannath Puri project. For the time being, we are spending in India, but eventually we will spend everywhere. This will greatly enhance the Americans' spiritual position. Always remain dependent on Guru and Krishna, and your progress will always be assured. Ever since the BBT Press Marathon in the summer of 1975, the press had continued to keep up with Srila Prabhupada's writing. A sweet transcendental competition had developed between Prabhupada, his press, and the book distributors. In November of 1975, Prabhupada had written to one of the leading book distributors. The BPT says that they are publishing at the speed of my translating and that you will distribute at the pace of publishing. That's nice. But still, I am ahead in my translation work. They owe me now the sixth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. I am working already on the seventh canto. In recent months, however, Srila Prabhupada's literary output had been diminishing, mostly because of his involvement in management. Actually, the word translating is incomplete in describing Srila Prabhupada's writing. Translating involved only the verses and synonyms. But Prabhupada's deepest meditations, what he referred to as his personal ecstasies, were his Bhaktivedanta purports. Composing the purports as well as translating the verses came best when he could think about them throughout the day, not just when he turned on his dictating machine at 1 a.m. He was translating the extremely grave and complex Vedic knowledge into a modern context, thus making it understandable to Western readers. And it was a great demanding task. Hare Krishna. To best speak to Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Muthumanikam Prabhuji, your screen has gone, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mother.
The PDFs. The last line, Prabhuji. Yeah. You can read one more paragraph, Krishna Das Prabhuji, and then we can continue.
To best speak to the people of the world through his Srimad Bhagavatam writings, Srila Prabhupada required a very conducive situation. After the Mayapur festival, therefore, he formulated an itinerary that, in about a month's time, would bring him to Hawaii. There he expected to find an atmosphere beneficial for his literary work. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can God pronounce? Muthumanikam
Dhanavad.
Prabhuji, can read now, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hawaii, May 3rd, 1976. After brief visits in several Indian cities, as well as stops in Melbourne, Auckland, and Fiji, Srila Prabhupada arrived in Hawaii on schedule. Immediately, he began to increase his writing. He had been in Honolulu about a week when he announced one morning, walking along Waikiki Beach, that he expected to finish the last purport of the seventh canto. When Hari Sauri expressed his happiness to hear this, Prabhupada replied, "Oh, I can find peace very quickly, but I have to present it for your understanding. It requires deep thought, very carefully, to present it for the common man." Immediately, Prabhupada turned to the eighth canto, beginning with a prayer. First of all, let me offer my humble, respectable obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master, His Divine Grace Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. Prabhupada explained that his spiritual master had instructed him at Radhakunda in 1935 to stress book production more than temple construction. He had followed that instruction, beginning with his starting back to God magazine in 1944, and in 1958 he had begun Srimad Bhagavatam as soon as he had published 3 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam in India. He had started for the US in August 1965. Prabhupada said he was making the Bhagavatam understandable for the common man. This did not mean his writings were lacking in substance. They were pure substance, but in the essential spirit of the Bhagavatam itself. Prabhupada was omitting anything extraneous and distracting, selecting from the commentaries of previous acharyas whatever would best impel his leaders to pure devotional service. Overwhelmingly, those university scholars who seriously read Prabhupada's books appreciated the faithful quality of his Parambara rendering. Reviews came from all over the world. For
Hare
those
Krishna
who have
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. We'll stop with this Prabhuji today. We will continue from page 311 tomorrow. Hari Bol. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Muthumanikam Prabhuji, for supporting completely in today in sharing the screen and for always summarizing every day the class so very beautifully, for contributing in Mangalacharan, for doing such wonderful seva, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And sometimes singing such wonderful kirtans as well. So Hari
Hare,
Bol to you,
Hare
Muthumanikam
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams to you, Prabhuji. Alright, so like Muthumanikam Prabhuji, I would request all of you to please come forward to sing at least Mangalacharan one day, or to, sing Kirtan. Valli Mataji is also singing beautiful Kirtans. I would request all of you to come forward with whatever you can. If you can sing Kirtan, sing Kirtan. If you can do Mangalacharan, do Mangalacharan. Or if you can at least summarize the chapter, like how Muthumanikam Prabhuji is doing every day, it will also be good. You can read and come. Every day we're reading at least like minimum just 5 to 6 pages, or max sometimes 7, 8 pages. So you can read that and come. So that will be a good thing. You can summarize it in the next class. So that way, and if somebody can support in sharing screen, that will also be a wonderful say. So support in whatever ways you could, so that we can all mutually benefit and learn from each other. Thank you so much, everyone. So again, tomorrow we'll continue our class at 9:30. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
सर्वभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandavat
Hare
pranams.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Dandavat pranams, Mataji.